What's up, everybody? It's Jason from Straight Edge Knives, and yeah, I may spontaneously start talking about knives, and that's what we're going to do today. Today, this is a knife I've been wanting since I saw the prototype at SHOT Show a couple of years ago. Finally hit the market. Tops was nice enough to send me one. Full disclosure, they sent this to me, but that's not going to change my review. I will give you my honest opinion on the blade. I've had it for a couple of days now, been handling it, holding it. Really love the way this thing feels. I really love the prototype when I checked it out. But guys, this is the Tops Knives Armado 6.5. Look at this big beefy blade. But I got some lights on today. I'm kind of in the shade, and I really wanted to be able to light that up. I don't know, hopefully this looks good on camera, but guys, this thing it's pretty badass. I mean, you look at the size of it and you think, oh my God, that thing's a chunky beast, right? It's not. This thing is light. Like, for its size, it is surprisingly light. And look at that grip you can get on there. Full size grip. No problem. You got this little kind of hook here that will keep your hand locked in place if you're choking, or if you got to choke back, you can kind of roll it between your fingers to give you a little extra lock-in spot for that kind of more whip chopping if you got to do it. But surprisingly light, guys. I mean, let's just go over the specs here real quick. Overall, it's 12 inches. The blade length is 6.5. The cutting edge is 6.5 inches. The blade thickness is 0.19. I don't know if you can see that there. I'm trying to get the camera to focus good there. It's 1095 high carbon steel, top speciality, if you will, with a Rockwell hardness of 56 to 58. The blade finish is Sniper Gray Cerakote. Man, this stuff holds up really well too. I have some of this Sniper Gray on a few of my other Tops blades. It's been holding up fantastic. Tan canvas micarta. The knife weight is 14 ounces. So you wouldn't think that a knife this size would be 14 ounces, but it is. I mean, you'd expect it to be a lot heavier. With the sheath, you're looking at 19.1 ounces. It comes with a black Kydex sheath with a dangler, and I'll show you that here in a minute. And this is designed by Josh Navarrete of Navarrete Knives, or Navarrete Knives. Not sure. Some people say Navarrete, some say Navarrete. Josh, if I screwed that up, I'm sorry. I just kind of say it both ways. But he is a Forged and Fire champion. He has his own forge up in Oregon, I believe it is. And he's doing great stuff with veterans, you know, helping people with PTSD, things like that, you know, getting them in there, getting in forges and making knives, which is really awesome. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, when I was at SHOT Show, they talked about portions of the proceeds of this knife going to that. I could be wrong unless something changed. If it did, I'm sorry. But man, overall, look at this bad boy. Oh, it's just sweet, man. Feels good in the hand. Come in a reverse grip, rest your thumb over the top, do your hard stabbing motions. This is going to be, I feel like this is going to be a great overall camp knife because of the size with that big belly. You know, you can get in there and do a lot of food prep work. You can get in there, do some chopping with it if you need to, do some feather sticking, whatever. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into the testing. But let's show you guys the sheath here real quick. Locks in like always. Tops always does a really good job with their Kydex. No rattle in there at all. It's not coming out. You have this nice dangler, which kind of rotates a little bit. It's got this O-ring here, so depending on how you're getting in and out of your vehicle, it will move with you, which is kind of one of the things I always liked about danglers with big knives like this is I got big glove handles, man, and when they're riding high up on the belt, they like to stab me in my gut, and I don't like that, you know. And getting in and out of the truck, it's cumbersome. I like the danglers because they move with me a little bit easier. I can grab it, kind of pick it up and get in my truck without scratching up my seats or anything like that. So I like the danglers personally. Some people aren't a fan of them, but I believe if you call Tops, you could probably get this with a steel belt clip if you wanted to as well. You'd have to call them, verify that though. I'm probably speaking out of turn on that. But you know, it's always an option. But overall, it's a very nice, solid, you know, Kydex. Got a nice drain hole here at the tip, if you guys can see that. Comes out easily, ready to go to work. So that's the sheath, guys, but we want to see the knife in action, right? That's what we came here for. So let's get into it, man. Let's get into the rope here. So this is your typical, you know, nylon rope. Come in here, had to cut this, no problem. That big old belly, man, allows you to just kind of come in here on the back end, just sweep right through it easily. If you had to come in here and do a little whip chop or something, you know, just to hurry up and cut the rope real fast, you go, bam, cuts right through it. goes flying everywhere. No problem. Easy peasy, right? So we know it'll cut rope. We'll cut that rope anyway. This is the only piece of this stuff that I have left. I like this rope. It makes a really good fire starter. I know I say this all the time, but it does. Watch that video I have on making a fire with this stuff. But this is that big old kind of canvas rope. So we had to come in here and kind of do a little push cut, a little sawing motion. Bam, right there. Cut through it, not a problem. I'm gonna set that to the side. I like saving that stuff. If you had to come in here and do a chop, right? Like I said, you kind of choke back on here. It goes flying everywhere. Damn, I'm gonna pick all that up. It's all right though. Things I do for you guys, right? So that rope, no problem. I'm gonna have to go buy some more of that. We got a leather belt here, guys. Just a kind of, it's not super thick leather belt, but it's a leather belt. Kind of got old, beat up. But if you had to come in here, cut some leather, bam, cut through that, no problem. Kind of come in here and do like a push cut, cuts right through that, no problem. Guys, this blade has a very high grind. Like if you can see the grind line there, I mean, it comes up real high, so this gives you a real nice, I don't want to say like fine edge, like it's delicate, but it's definitely a slicey edge, if you will, which is great for cutting rope and things like that. This is extension cord here, guys. Just a regular old extension cord, came off an old air compressor. If you had to come in here and do a little whip chop on this, it went flying that way. I don't know if you saw that, but look at that nice clean cut, no problem. If you had to come in here, fold this over and kind of do like a slice cut, I like to do the old chest pull here, the old chesty pull. Bam, cut it almost all the way through. I slid off of it. Let's try that again. I think that was more user error than it was knife. There we go. Bam. See that? Cut through it. Not a problem. So you had to cut through some extension cord, you could. Got some black, some of that black rubber from the cord. Check that edge, guys. No damage, no problems. Still sharp. Still sharp. The old stab test here, guys. It's the old catalog that I got. It's about, I don't know, yay thick. I'd say it's about a good inch, inch and a half. So we're gonna come in here, reverse grip. Bam, look at that. Look how far that tip went through there. You guys see the tip right there where my finger is? Right there. So typically when I stab through these phone books or these catalogs or whatever they are, I would say that's actually probably the most tip that's gone all the way through. I know there's a "that's what she said" joke in there somewhere. I haven't found it yet, but this went through deeper than some of the other. A lot of times I get the tip to come out just the back side of the catalog. This is a good, I don't know, quarter inch of the tip right there. That's pretty impressive. I mean, this thing has just got a nasty tip to it. Come in here. Jeez, look at that. You can see it right there. Look at how much of that tip came through. Man, that is just impressive. Let's go. Let's go ahead and cut this off. Bam. Look at that. Split it. No problem. Big old catalog. Now I gotta go get a new one, but that's okay. I don't mind. Oh man, this thing kind of sharp, guys. This thing is just sharp. You know, I don't think I've ever really gotten a knife from Tops that's been dull. I mean, they're always hair popping sharp. This is a air compressor hose rated for 3,000 psi. It's kind of nylon reinforced, so maybe you can see the little nylon in there. But you had to come in here and do a little whip chop. It goes flying that way as always. I got to put a little barricade right here to stop that stuff. But you know, if you had to do kind of chop it in half real quick, you could. If you had to come here, do like a little press slice, press cut, if you will. Bam. There it is, not a problem. So you got this cut down. Maybe you got to split it. I'm not sure why, but maybe you do. So you come in here, kind of just do a press cut. all the way down. Bam, slices it perfectly in half, no problem. Throw that to the side. What else we got here? We're gonna get to the wood stuff here, guys. So this is fire hose, actual fire hose that came off of an actual fire truck. This has been used and abused, but it's still tough as hell. It's cut abrasion resistant, cut and abrasion resistant because it gets drugged through car accidents, glass, fire, mud, blood, and guts, all that good stuff. You know, so if you had to come in here and you needed to cut a piece of this, cut a piece of this off, you could. Let's do it. Bam. Look at that. Cut through that. Pretty damn good. Whew, still a sharp edge. This stuff acts kind of like sandpaper because there's so much kind of dirt and grime that's caught in this cloth material that it kind of acts like sandpaper a little bit. But you have 3 layers here if you didn't know. There's an outer layer, an inner layer of canvas, and then inside that inner layer of canvas is rubber that's glued inside. So, my dog's over here. So, it's pretty tough stuff to cut, like I said. So when they get a blade that can cut through it pretty easily like that, I'm usually really impressed with that. But so we're gonna come in here, we're gonna stab this. Bam, no problem. Pierce right through. Try to do this without, I want to grab it down here, but I know if I do, I'm gonna slice myself open. Make for a good video for you guys though. Let's try this again. Got to figure that nice way of doing this where I don't cut myself. There we go. There we go. See, I got something to grab onto there. Bam. There you go. Not a problem. Let's come in here, cut it back the other way. There it is. Cut through it. Nice. Nice. That stuff is really tough, guys. If you can go to your local firehouse, if you like testing knives and you want to test out like sharpness of an edge and things like that, go to a local firehouse and see if they'll give you an old fire hose. And I'm telling you, you're going to be really surprised at how tough that stuff is to cut. But let's get to the wood, guys. We want to see some wood, right? That's what she said. Ah, there it is. I knew you knew it was coming, right? So got this. This is just a board that came off of a pallet, right? So it's nothing crazy. But you know, if you had to come in here, kind of rest this up on your shoulders. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look at that curl, guys. You can make some nice curls. Like I said, with this edge geometry, it's slicey. Come in here and just make nice little shavings. Put your thumb up here, kind of choke up on it if you need to. Look at this. Help you make that fire, man. You know, sometimes you get stuck out there and you got to get to that dry wood. You might have to shave down, get through that kind of wet outer layer, depending on where you live at. Look at that. No, not a problem. Definitely get in there, make some good fire curls. Now this wood right here is, you know, it's typically easy to do that type of stuff with. So let's try it with something a little bit harder. Let's go with this piece of seasoned almond wood. This stuff is dried out, it's hard. Shit burns for a long time, pardon the language. But it's, you know, you had to come in here, make you some fire curls. I don't know if you saw those fly off right now. Come in here, bam, check that out. Make some nice fire curls. I hope that wasn't rocking the mic too loud for you guys there. But you know, let's say you wanted to just come in here and do a little bit of chopping, right? So you chop this down. Maybe you're gonna make a makeshift tent stake out of this or something. Choke back. I kind of got it locked between my pinky and my ring finger here. Look at that. I mean, the thing chops actually really nice. That felt pretty damn comfortable having it kind of locked in there. Didn't really feel like it was going to make too much of a hot spot there. I think maybe if you were doing this for a long time, you might get a little bit of rubbing right here between your fingers. But if that was the case, you could always choke back up, come in and do your chopping like that. Look at that, not a problem. Bam, cut that sucker off. Ready to rock and roll. Easy peasy, baby. But that's what you expect with the top knife, right? Here we go. We're gonna chop into this bad boy right here too. Hopefully my dog don't get in the way. Ruger, what are you doing? It's my dog, Ruger. All right, go over there. Go on, go on. Hey, I'm gonna chop right here. This guy, he's an attention. He loves attention. So anyway, we're gonna come in here. We'll do some chops and see. Come on, let's do 20 right here. There you go. Now he's getting out of the way. That was what, 4, 5, 6. Oh shit! Look at that. 7, 8. 10, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Look at that. Pretty much damn near broke it off right there. So you had to come in there and do some chopping. Definitely could do that. Let's say you had to do some, check this edge. Yeah, still sharp, guys. Check it out. Not a problem with the edge. Ooh, speaking of something here, let's put this back up here. Let's do a little tip testing, if we will. Kind of come in here, do a nice stab. Damn, look at that. When they're nice. Ooh. I don't know if you can see that little spot right there where my finger is. It started to come through, starting to come through right there. Barely poked through. Dang. Look at that. Let's check out the tip here. Oh man, it's still sharp, guys. I don't know, it's gonna be a little bit hard to see. That tip is it's not a super thick tip on this knife, guys. And to be able to stab it in there like that and not have any bending at all, or even really take anything away from the tip, it's still needlepoint sharp. That's pretty awesome. Let's say you had to come in here and try to dig out a bow drill divot hole, right? Just kind of put it in there, start turning it like this. I don't know if this is the right way to do that. I don't know. If you guys know how to do this, please send me a link so I can learn how to do it better. I should probably YouTube that. Hit up some of my guys who know how to do this. Nate and Aaron Morgan, Hoot and Air Outdoors. Guys, send me a video on how to do this right, so I don't look like too much of an idiot that I already look like. But putting pressure on that tip and the edge right here, guys. So that's why I'm doing it. Man, look at that. Not a problem at all. Right there at the bottom, you see, not a problem. So if you had to kind of do that, you can. It's not going to be a problem. I like doing this stuff for you guys because you know, this probably isn't necessarily stuff most people are going to do, but you know, I like to try to give it somewhat of a representation of what the knife can handle. Now this is a piece of seasoned almond wood. Like I said, we're going to come in and we're going to do some batoning with it. Now I know this is kind of a controversial subject. A lot of people are like, oh, use an axe, use this, use that. I get it. If I was out camping, I would take an axe with me. I would take my Tops High Impact. But, you know, whatever reason, you may not have taken one, or you got stuck in your car or something, you know. That's what you got. It's what you got to use, right? So you want to know that your knife can handle some of it. I wouldn't say, you know, go out and baton your knife every single stinking day. You know, that's probably not the smart thing to do, but if you had to do it in a, you know, a situation, you want to know that it can handle it, and straight as an arrow, no edge damage. I think this can handle it. But you say, hey, Jason, that's kind of a small piece. Yeah, that's probably more than likely what you're going to baton most of the time anyway. But look at this. Come in here. Now I got this nice kind of triangular piece here. Now I'm distracted. I'm gonna have to come in here. Let's say you had to come in here and do some big kind of slices, right? Look at that. be able to get your fire going, no problem with that. Now, I got distracted. I digress. That's kind of a small piece, right? Well, look at this bad boy. Ooh, look at that. This is, again, a seasoned piece of almond wood. Pretty damn hard. This is my batoning stick, obviously. And we're gonna stand this up right here. Now, sometimes the problem you run into is you look at your blade thickness to where the stump is, like how much real estate are you gonna have to hit. So I'm gonna be putting a lot of pressure right here on the tip of this blade, batoning through this. I don't have to stand up for this, but we're gonna do it for you, right? Here we go. Bam. Right there, baby. Batoned right through it. Now, here's where, this is what we want to check, right? I don't see any edge rolling, chipping on the edge of the blade here. I'll show you right now up close, but I'm checking this tip. Because I was hammering right here on this really, you know, kind of thin spot. It kind of wedges down. Nothing, guys. The tip, everything is still fine. Edge is still fine, if you can see that. You can see that sniper gray Cerakote. It's holding up really well. These little marks right here, you probably take some mineral oil, wipe that shit right off. Not a problem. So if you had to come in, do some of that batoning, you're gonna be able to handle that, no problem. Again, is that something you're gonna do all the time? No. You know, but in a bad situation, you might need to. And, you know, I would be remiss, I would be beside myself with grief if I did not do the 30 hit challenge on the 4x4 with the Armado 6.5. Guys, I haven't done a 30 hit challenge with a knife in a while. Sorry, I'm gonna get back into doing that because I know people like seeing that, but I'm gonna stand up and we're gonna go 30 hits right here on this 4x4 with the Armado 6.5. Here we go, 30 hits. Again, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Well, guys, as light as this blade is, it hits like a heavy chopper, man. Look at that. That is pretty damn impressive. Hello! Look at that. For a blade that is only 14 ounces, that put in some pretty damn good work right there. Pretty impressed with that, guys. Choked back a little bit, was able to get in there and get that swing motion going. Check this edge. Damn, Tops, why you gotta make your blade so damn good? Look at nothing. Shit, man, this thing is awesome, guys. I just, for the size of it and the weight, I mean, I don't think, I can't really, it's a great knife. I don't know, I'm kind of, don't know what to say really. Like, it's, besides my dog barking, being able to baton wood with a knife this light and not do any damage to it is pretty impressive. The edge sharpness is fantastic. The tip held up perfectly fine with beating on it like that. This would be a fantastic camp knife, guys. Really, like camp knife, hiking. You know, you gotta try to see. You want something maybe a little bigger, but you got to save some weight for your hiking or backpacking or whatever it is. You know, with the sheath and everything, you're looking at 19.1 ounces. That's not bad for this size of a knife. And you're going to be able to do quite a bit of stuff with it with this nice big belly. I'm sure you're going to be able to get in there and do some skinning, or if you had to, you could probably grab up on the blade, you know, kind of do some more of that finer work. It does have a lanyard hole, so what you could do is run a lanyard through here, run your arm through the lanyard so it wraps around here, to help balance it out, hold the weight. So while you're doing that kind of fine work, excuse me, you know, you can totally do that. You know, if you had to come up here, choke up too, get down in here and just try to make some really fine little shavings. Oh, I don't know if you guys can hear that. Oh man, I like that sound. That's just sound of the wood, you know. But look at that. Look at those. Man, you could easily do that. Come in here, make your big slices. Chop stuff, I don't care. You can do whatever you want with this thing. Skin a bear, cut some antlers off, I don't know. Guys, the Armado 6.5, I'm impressed. It's an awesome blade. I would highly suggest you pick one up. They're out there for sale right now. I'll have a link to Top's website in the description below, or you can go to your favorite knife distributor, whoever that may be. Pick one of these up. If you like camping, hiking, being in the outdoors, things like that, definitely use this blade for all of that. And you know, you can even use it for some, you know, zombie protection if you had to, you know. Definitely, yeah, it's got a nice, just got a nice feel to it, you know. I think the balance point's right here, right, well, if I can keep my hand steady. Balance point's right about just where that finger choil is. So definitely come in here, do whatever kind of cool ninja stuff you got to do. Awesome blade, guys. Tops, outstanding job with the build. Josh Navarrete, excellent design, buddy. This is a great knife, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Go out there, pick you one of these up. Have fun being in the outdoors with your family. Springtime, summertime's coming, camping's coming. Get out there and enjoy the outdoors with your family, your friends. Be safe, stay sharp, and we'll see you next time.